Hello, everybody. How y'all doing? People hearing me? Is anybody tuning in? All right. Starting to get some people coming in. Yeah. Sorry, I wasn't sure. Just making sure. Yes, let me know if there's any sound, if you want the guitar louder, if you want the voice louder, that kind of stuff, and all that. All right. So we're going to go over a little bit of Sultans of Swing today. A lot of cool, fun things to do with Sultans of Swing. Hello, everybody, from wherever you're tuning in. If you're new to my channel, I'm Anthony Parker. And it's a new near-life experience, all that good stuff. And before we get into Sultans of Swing, I'm going to address the elephant in the room, which is the fact that, yes, indeed, I am using a guitar pick. So I'm going to teach it using a guitar pick because I'm not a clawhammer expert. And you don't have to be a clawhammer expert to play Sultans of Swing. It's not going to sound exactly like the way Mark Knopfler plays it, but it is going to be, you know, a nice sounding song. When people talk about how, well, you have to use your fingers to play Mark Knopfler, what they're kind of ignoring is the fact that Mark Knopfler spent years and thousands of hours perfecting this clawhammer style of fingerpicking. He's not just playing with his fingers. You know, that's a simplification of what he's doing. He is a master at clawhammer picking, an absolute master. And so to just say, oh, you know, I should only play this song if I can play it with my fingers, that's ridiculous. So we're going to use a pick. By the way, FYI, I am, if you're on YouTube, please feel free to, you know, gift me some super gifts and all of that stuff. All of that stuff helps me keep doing this. And stars, if you're on Facebook. I won't say no to stars. If I see a star given, I will stop and I'll acknowledge whoever gives it, as well as a super gift. Actually, to be honest with the stars, I'm not sure I will see them on my restream, but I know I'll definitely see the super gifts. I've seen that before. Anyways, let's get to it. So get your guitars out if you haven't already. We're going to learn Sultans of Swing. You know, what I'm going to do is sort of teach you the rhythm and the chords, and I'm going to go over some of the lead bits. I don't know all of them. You know, a lot of these things are improvised, and it's a good thing to play around with, you know, coming up with your own ideas about it. So first, let's go over the chords. So, and the strumming. So the strumming, if you're using a pick, which I'm using, it's kind of, you know, it's just this sort of groovy pattern. There's a little pattern for it. And we start on this D minor chord at the 5th fret. So A minor bar chord shape at the 5th fret. And the little opening solo comes in. But we're not going to go over that quite yet. So let's quickly go over the chords. And then it goes to a C, 3rd fret, A shape bar chord. And then B flat, and then A7, B flat was a A-shaped bar chord at the first fret. And that repeats. So that's with the singing, you know. There's a shimmer in the dark and a glimmer in the park, but meantime, whatever, I don't know the words. There's a lot of words to this song. So that when he's saying that, that's what he's doing, and he repeats that. So D minor, A minor bar chord shape 5th fret, C chord, A bar chord shape 3rd fret, B flat chord, A bar chord shape 1st fret, and then A7. Yes? Over that twice once the singing comes in, and then F. Then the change comes when he goes into an F. C chord. Oh, by the way, the F, in case you're not 100% on what I'm saying, is a E form bar chord on the 1st fret. So F, C. Da da da, B flat, that A shape 1st fret, da da da, ba da da da, back up to the D minor. So F to C, B flat, and D minor. Okay, and you do that little maneuver. So B flat, strum slide to C. So that's what's going on whenever you hear that little part. Okay. Oh yes, Jerry Lee Lewis passed away today. I might put out a little video on it if I can think of what my thoughts are about Jerry Lee Lewis. Okay, so that's that whole part, right? And we'll go over the extra little bits in a minute, right? And then let's see. And then it goes back into the beginning. There he doesn't mind. Just what we went over before. D minor, C, B flat, A, and so on. Yeah? So that whole part we just went over, you do that again. D minor, C, B flat, A7. D minor, C, B flat, A7, F, C, B flat. And then the second time when it goes into the chorus, so then it goes into that bit. So right, so there's that little bit. So now I'm leaving it up to you to some degree to regular tuning. Yes, regular tuning, regular standard tuning. I'm leaving it to you to kind of to sort of listen to the different parts and put them all together rather than me. I'm not going to go over the entire structure. I'm just going over the chords for the separate parts. So that part, this one of course is good to play with your fingers, and it's pretty easy. You just do basically this little triad, which is an F chord basically. But if you play it as a full bar chord, if you bar this whole thing, then it becomes a D minor 7. But if you just play those 3 notes, it's an F. So that would be 3rd finger, 7th fret, 4th string, D string, 1st finger, 5th fret, G string, and middle finger, 6th fret, B string. But I would bar it with your 1st finger instead of just pressing the 3rd string down. Bar all 3 of those strings, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, and you play those 3 notes. Take the 3rd finger and middle finger off, like that. That makes it just like that little A shape, which is a C chord basically, and then pop down to the B flat position where you're playing that same A triad. And then you go back up and you do that. Right? So that's that bit. Yeah. Now, let's see. Let's go to the lead part. I have not seen, I didn't go over Marty Schwartz's one. I don't know. I remember seeing that a while ago, and I thought maybe I shouldn't do this song because he just did it recently, but then I decided, forget it. I'm going to do it anyway. So, tried for decades to sing and play. This is a tough song to sing and play, mainly because there's just so many words to remember. Anyway. Okay, now let's go over that little opening solo. So this happens during the D minor chord. Right? A cool little easy, I mean, it's not necessarily super easy, but it's a cool little short solo to play around with. I like to take both and play it, make it my own. Definitely. Make it your own. So what we have going here is so let me do it really slow, real quick for you, and then I'll break it down. Okay, so that's you start on the D string and you're going to go 5, 7 on the D string, and then 7 on the G string. Okay, and then you go, so you're outlining this little A minor shape, right? So you're going to go 7 on the D, 6 on the B, and 7 on the G. Okay? And then you're going to do a quick flitty up that A minor shape, yeah. Is it a hammer-on or a slide from 5 to 7? You do whatever you want, really. I mean, exactly what is he doing? I'm not 100% sure. Might be a slide, but I have to hear the song, and I don't want to listen to it right now, because if I listen to the song right now at this moment, then this video might get like muted. Part of this video might get totally muted because I played some of the actual song. So, but you can really do either, and then listen for yourself and decide what your ear tells you it is. Is it a hammer-on or is it a slide? I'd rather you play on your guitar than tap on the like. Thanks, though, Mike. Yes, tap like if you want, but also playing along the guitar is the point. All right. So Travis is saying it's a hammer-on. So let's go with a hammer-on. 5, 7 with a hammer-on, 7 on the 3rd string, and then, like I said, 7 G string, or sorry, D, 7 D string, 6th fret B string, 7th fret G string, and then the little quick sweep. Let's call it a sweep. So you're going, this is the little chord shape. 7th fret on the G, 6th fret on the B, 5th fret on the high E. It's basically a triad that's the bottom end of an A minor bar chord shape. So it's a D minor. And then after that, you're going to go to the 8th fret of the E string, the high E, and then back to the 5th fret of the high E, and then 6th fret of the, yeah, man, listen to Trevor. Make with the likes, folks. Make with the reactions. Let's get 1,000 viewers. Actually, 151 viewers is pretty cool to me. On TikTok, I was lucky to get that many when I was going live on TikTok on a regular basis. So after that, and then 5, 8, 5 on that first string, and then to the 6th fret of the 2nd string. So that's that next thing. And then go to the 5th fret of the 2nd string and do a little bend release. And then to the 7th fret of the 3rd string. So I'm doing just a half step bend. So basically what you want is this what the notes are: 5th fret, 6th fret, 5th fret, or E, F, E, but as a bend. Thanks, Kevin. I appreciate your support. Yeah, I guess I don't know exactly what are all the things that makes Facebook decide, or YouTube, wherever you're watching me, decide how many people to push this video out to, but whatever works helps. Hello, Seattle. Oh, I got some grunge stuff coming soon, bro. Nick, do you like what is it? Mad Season, River of Deceit. I got a video on River of Deceit coming soon. Pretty excited. Hope it does well. Can I play it left-handed? Nah. Florida, yo, yes, grunge. I'm trying to do more and more grunge. That was my decade, man. That was my serious decade. One of my subscribers or followers recommended that, so I decided. I watched it, and I didn't remember the song by name, but I heard it and I was like, oh yeah, this was like one of my favorite songs. Love theirs. All right. Hey guys. Hey Jerusalem. Hey Daytona. Oh, isn't there a big car race there, right? Mad Season. Yes, Mad Season. It's not Alice in Chains, it's Mad Season. But I will do some more Alice in Chains. I'm trying to figure it out. Could I lend you some money? Nah, not going to happen. Amp, right now I'm not using an amp. Right now I'm using a Line 6 Pod Go ran directly in. Okay, let's get back to the lesson, shall we? Yes, Alice in Chains, they will get done soon. I will do some more Alice in Chains. All right, so we did that solo. Let me do it one more time, nice and slow. Right, so that's the little opening solo. Hey, I've received 100 messages with Restream chat. Woohoo! Restream likes to butt in and tell me little happy things. Okay, let's see. So here's some of the little fills, just a couple fills that let's see. Right, so there's that one. So after he does this, he'll do this. Right? So it's little triads, right? So this is a little D minor triad. Right? So you've got the 10th fret of the by the way, Paul, we went over all that. I'll go over it again in a bit. So this is the 10th fret, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd string. It's a D minor triad, and then C triad, which is the let's see, 8, 8, and 9, 1st string, 2nd string, 3rd string. So he'll go. Right? So that's, by the way, so that could be, depending on what strings you're hitting. If you're just hitting those 3 strings, this is an F chord, then to a C chord, then to a B flat. But if you're hitting, then it's more like a D minor 7. In jazz terms, a D minor 7 and an F, F is basically a substitution, or a D minor 7 would be like a substitution for an F chord. Because they're practically the same. They have a D minor 7 has all 3 notes of an F plus an extra note, plus a D chord. Anyway, back to what we're doing. So, right, so there's that. And then the other one, he'll go, you'll hear him do that a lot in the song. So that's just slide up to 7 on the 5th string, and then 5, 7 on the 4th string, and then 5 on the 3rd string. Right? Okay, so there's sort of his main fills, and there's the main chord progression. Really quick for those of you who are just popping on, real quick review of the chord progression. So the main chord progression of the song is D minor, C, B flat, A7, right? D minor, A minor bar chord 5th fret, A shape 3rd fret, C chord, A bar chord 3rd fret, A bar chord 1st fret, which is a B flat, and then A7. Okay, and then F, well, you do that a couple times, and then when he goes to the sort of the second part of the verse, you go F, C, B flat, and then D minor. Oh, and he does this thing sometime. That's another little riff he does. And that little thing. So let's go over that real quick. That's kind of cool. 5, 7 on the 4th string, 5 on the 3rd string, 7 on the 4th string. And then you're going to go to the 6th fret of the 2nd string and just chromatically work your way down. 6, 5, 4, 3. Sorry. And then this little bit. We are the Sultans. We are the Sultans of swing. Right? So that's your little your A shape triad, but in this position it's a B flat. You play those 3 notes, 3rd fret, 4th string, 3rd string, 2nd string, and then you put your pinky down on the 6th fret of the 2nd string. Go back to that, slide back up. This video will automatically be reposted, Jake. By the way, if I get any of your names wrong, my vision is not great from this distance, and I'm seeing like small letters on my screen, and they're like, 3 feet away, so they're a little bit blurry. So if I happen to slightly get your name wrong, just know that it's just because I can't, So you see that? So there, and then play it again and slide up 2 frets to the C shape, to the C position with this A shape bar chord, or A shape triad rather. Okay, and now, who wants to learn the solo? The solo number 1. I just put this out there, and wow, it's blowing up. So the tabs are, for this solo, I'll go over it for you right now, but for this solo, the tabs are all out there. They're currently on my a little short video I just put out. The tabs for solo number 1 is right out there. I haven't heard Mark or Dave Knopfler's solo stuff. I haven't heard enough of his stuff, quite frankly. Dire Straits was one of those bands where I just sort of heard their hits on the radio, and that was it. Anyways, hey, Kansas City. What's up, Jacob? Your Chiefs kicked my 49ers butt last week. Pissed me off. Thanks a lot, buddy. I'm just messing with you. I want to go to Kansas City sometime and try them ribs. Okay. Let's see. Local hero. I'll try to remember that. I shall try to remember that, sir. I can tell I got way more viewers on Facebook than I do on YouTube, which is no surprise. I have a lot more followers on Facebook than I do on YouTube, and people like me a lot more. On YouTube, they're still deciding whether they like me or hate me. Oh yeah, barbecue cook-off. I'm a bit of a ribs junkie. I love ribs when they're good. All right, so the solo. Let's see, how's the solo? All right. I can't, sorry, I'm trying to read some of these comments. That's why whenever you see me squinting, I'm trying to read the comments, and I don't know where my glasses are. Or else I'd put them on so I could see what the heck the comments are saying, because some of them look interesting. Anyway, let's get to the solo. So, I do own several nylons, quite a few nylon string guitars, but they're kids' guitars. Okay, so this is the big one, right? Make sure we have time for this. Yeah, I got time. I got 45 minutes, y'alls. So the big solo, well, the second solo is the big solo, and I can go over that. Oh, I just dropped my pick. Hold on, I gotta get off this massively high chair and get my pick. I have the case of the dropsies these days. Anyways. Yeah, need glasses to find my glasses. Exactly. All right, let's go over the Italy. Buongiorno. I want to go to Italy someday. I have Italian. I have a lot of Italian in my heritage. My grandmother on my father's side was from, I think, southern Italy. All right, so let's go over that solo. So we start, so I like to be, I play this up here in the D minor pentatonic scale. Although sometimes he goes outside of the normal pentatonic notes because you have to with that D A7 chord or you're going to get bad notes, right? So, but in general, my theory about learning other people's solos is to find the scale they're playing it in, right? Bouquet, Panama, nice. Bouquet, cool. So we start, first thing you want to do is get into that pentatonic scale. That'll make everything a little bit easier, right? So you start on the 12th fret of the 3rd string with a full step bend. And then you're going to release it and bend it 3 more times. And then release it on the last one. Actually, when I say I should rephrase. So the first bend, you don't really release it, you don't guide it down, the notes got to just disappear, right? So, and then immediately 3 more bends, and the last one you do release, right? And then you're going to go 10, 12, 10, hammer on, pull off, and then 9, 10, 9, hammer on, pull off. Okay, and then you're going to do this little, yeah, dude. What did you? I can't. Ugh, my dang vision. I can't see, but yeah. Too bad you're working right now. Watch the replay. It'll be up on YouTube or Facebook. Then he does this little. He does an arpeggio. And this is a C-shaped arpeggio. It's shaped like a C chord. So if you make a little bar and make a C with your free fingers, you can see the shape of this arpeggio. Now, I don't play it that way. I play it note for note. Hey, Baltimore, nice job. Ravens kicked some Tampa Bay butt yesterday. So to make this easier, if you don't know this arpeggio, just bar and make the C chord a bigger screen. Just bar. I need a bigger screen. I got a massive screen. It sounds to me like you need a bigger screen, sir. You bar the 9th fret and make a C chord with your free fingers. But, oh, I need a bigger screen so I could see. Actually, this is probably as big as I can get them to be. I don't know. Maybe I can make them bigger. Let's see here. Let's do Command plus. Oh, there we go. Good call. I just made them bigger. I just made all the comments bigger so I can read them a little better now. All right. Anyway, moving on. So we've got, but I'll spell it out for you. So we've got 12th fret 5th string, 11th fret 4th string, 9th fret 3rd string, 10th fret 2nd string, 9th fret 1st string. Once again, 12th fret of the A string, 11th fret of the D string, 9th fret of the hold on, Paul, I'll explain what I'm talking about in a second. 9th fret of the G string, 10th fret of the B string, 9th fret of the E string. C shape is what I said. C shape. This is the shape of a C chord if you're playing it in the open position. I relate everything to open chords. Yes, it is an A chord. That's an A chord, but it's a C shape. And I want you to think of things based on the shape as the open chord, because that'll help you know, oh, my fingers can make that right away, right? So that's that next part. So then after that run, the C shape run, but an actual A chord, you play the 12th fret 1st string and bend it a full step bend. Actually, I'm sorry, half step bend. Half step bend, release it. 12th fret, half step bend, release it. And then you do a sort of an arpeggio going back in the other direction. 10th fret 1st string, 10th. This is a D minor chord. So 10th fret 1st string, 10th fret 2nd string, 10th fret 3rd string, 12th fret 4th string. So that whole bit. Okay. So far we've got, oops, sorry, a mistake by me. That's how much we got from is that the Philippines? That's the Philippine flag, isn't it? The country that U.S. they're somehow part of the U.S., but they get no rights that U.S. citizens get. Okay, so there's that little bit. And then we go back to the 10th fret 2nd string. So there's that little lick. So that goes 10, 13 on the 2nd string, 11, 13, 11, hammer on pull off. And then 10, 11, 10, hammer on pull off. No, you're right. I'm not thinking of Guam. I'm thinking of, I'm thinking of Puerto Rico. You're right. My bad. Because two of my favorite boxers, one of them is from Puerto Rico, Felix Trinidad. And then my other favorite boxer is from the Philippines, Manny Pacquiao. In his day, he was unbeatable, amazing. And so I flipped him around. I always knew that Trinidad was from Puerto Rico. That was like the state that we kind of call part of us. But anyway, going back. Canada. Hello, Canada. So we had 10, 13, 11, 13, 11, 10, 11, 10. And then 11, 9, 10, slide up to 10. So, okay. So so far we've got this. Okay. Aloha, Vincent. Does that mean you're taking off? You've been watching for a bit. If you're taking off, have a great day, sir. Thanks for hanging out. There's the next lick right there. So this is, again, this is the total pentatonic lick. This is a Mexican strat. I'm pretty sure it's the Player Series Fat Strat because it's got the little humbucker in the back, which is weirdly syncing right now. But anyway, bought it used. Hello, Sweden. Oh, and the Brits have joined. Cheers, Richard. So there's that next lick. So you bend the 12th fret, a full step, and then you're going to catch the 13th fret of the 2nd string with your pinky, and then rebend that 12th fret back up to the same spot. And then you're going to go, so a 13th fret of the 1st and 2nd string with the pinky. And then now release, pick the 12th, pick the 3rd string that you're bending still, that you're holding that bend, and release it. And release it back to 12. So, sorry. And then 10, 10 on the 3rd string. Yes? Okay. And then, actually, I don't think he slides up to it. I'd like to, but I think he just goes, right? So this is like a little D suspended. Hey, Robert from Tennessee, how you doing, man? Right? Like that's a good way to think of it. It's actually a C chord, right? But it's this little D triangle shape. But you're going to start by going to the suspended note of the 13th fret of the 1st string. Hey, I don't know how to pronounce your name from Portugal, but how you doing? Araujo? Manuel from Portugal. Hello. So, sorry. So you go, I'm on YouTube under the same title. Yes, both. Take it easy, Kevin. Thanks for stopping by. This is a multi-stream. It's going to both YouTube and Facebook. So, 13th fret 1st string, 12th fret 1st string, 13th fret 2nd string, 12th fret 3rd string. Hello there, Devashish. How are you doing? Welcome from India. Randall from Richmond, Virginia, I'm assuming, not Richmond, California. So 13, 12 1st string, 13 2nd string, 12 3rd string, and then 14, 12 on the 3rd string. And then 13th fret twice on the 2nd string. Bum, bum. Hello, Enmard. And remember, that's like a little D triad. Thanks, Devashish. Hey, D. Miller. Yes, I'm trying to do live streams on a weekly basis, at least once a week from now on. Okay, so there's that lick. So let's go over the whole thing we've done so far. Okay, and then, thank you very much. Then you bend that same, right on, Craig. Thanks a lot. Thanks for the follow. Bend that same 13th fret of the second string. So there's that little lick. So that's 13th fret bent a full step. And then bend it again, and release it. Jordan, that's what I love to hear. That's what my goal is, to inspire people to pick up their guitar again. So 13th fret full step bend, and then again, but then release it, and then go to the 11th fret of that second string, and then bend the 13th fret twice again. If I have time after I finish this solo, I'll do some. You can make requests and stuff. Oh gosh, I don't know what could be the amp settings for this tone without having a Stratocaster. I'm not sure. I think the Strat is a lot of where I'm getting the tone. And I use a Pod Go, a Line 6 Pod Go. So I actually download these patches this one I just used a basic patch. I don't know. So once again, that's 13th fret, second string bent once, bent again, and release to 11th fret of the second string, and then two bends at the 13th fret again. Hello, South Carolina. How you doing, Brian? Okay. Do I ever teach jazz? The only jazz I would be qualified to teach would be gypsy jazz, Django Reinhardt style. And yes, actually, I wrote a book on gypsy jazz. I wrote a book. I played gypsy jazz for a decade, and I wrote an instruction book on it. Okay, moving on. In fact, gypsy jazz is one of the things that helped me learn this solo I'm teaching right now, because Knopfler uses a lot of arpeggios. So this is this lick. We're almost at the end. Right? So we're back in the full-on pentatonic scale. Do a little double stop on the 10th fret of the first and second string, and put your pinky on the 13th fret of the first string. Jazz manouche, you're exactly right. Hello, John from Ukraine. How are you doing? Hope all is well in your neck of the woods. I'm glad to be of some kind of help. So once again, yeah, Knopfler does not. He would never play this song the same live. No way would he. I've seen a live video of him playing soloing to this song, Sultans of Swing. And what he does live blows this out of the water. Blows this as much as everybody loves this solo. What he does live is just like in a whole different level. So right there. Right, so you play those two notes. You're double stopping at the 10th fret of the first and second string. Sorry, but you start with your pinky on the 13th fret of the first string, and then you take your pinky off and you play that where you're already catching that note, and then play the second string and first string again. And then you bend the 13th fret of the second string. And then pick it again and release it. The 13th fret that you have that full step bend going on, pick it again and release it and bring it down to the 10th fret. What do you mean chimney brightness? What's that mean? Can you be more is that a song? Right? So pick it again, release it, and then go down to the 10th fret of the second string with your first finger. And then 12, 10 on the third string. Okay? And we're right at about at the end of this solo. And then he goes down here and he goes. I think there. I try to respond to everybody in live streams. Right now, I am on the. I am on what I believe is a combination of the neck and the middle pickup. I believe it's a combination of the neck and the middle pickup. So this next bit he does, I'm not 100% sure I'm doing it exactly like he's doing it. So if your ears tell you different, it might be. But I'm playing the B flat arpeggio down here. It's the A shape arpeggio, but it's in the B flat position. So I'm playing the third fret of the fourth, third, and second string. Play those one by one. And then sixth fret of the second string. And then take your pinky off of that note and play the third fret of the second string again. So, right? And then move up to the fifth fret with that A shape and sort of rake those three notes of the fourth string, third string, second string at the fifth fret. I'm hooked up to no amp right now. I'm hooked up to my Line 6 Pod Go. I do have a Marshall behind me, but quite frankly, it's a piece of garbage, and it has tons of songs. Because of you, I learned Jack and Diane. Right on, Ricardo. Awesome. I'm glad. That's cool, dude. So, fourth, third, second at the fifth fret, and then sixth fret, eighth fret, sixth fret, fifth fret, and then 6 slide to 8. So backing up a little bit, and then you go back and you do this one again, right? Gus, it'll be available later. The whole lesson will be it'll be posted again later. Right after I finish the video on both Facebook and YouTube, this whole lesson should be, this whole video should be reposted. You just do that again. So after this, and then we're at the very end. Right? So that's 5, 7, 5 on the third string. Bend the 7th fret, full step. Catch the 8th fret of the second string with your pinky. Release the 7th fret of the third string. And then 5th fret, third string. 7th fret, third string twice. Right? And then he does these licks again that we went over already. Okay? So, yeah. That's the second solo, or that's the first solo. The second solo... I'm not going to go over the second solo. I have to spend some time practicing that one because that one's got some crazy, crazy stuff in it. Here, real quick, let's go. Let me show you this little last lick. Of course, this lick does not work as well with a pick. This lick kind of does. Does it, with a pick, it's hard to not slur the notes. Right? But just in case, for those of you interested, so we've got 13, 10 of the first string, and then 10 of the second string, and then 10 of the first string. And you repeat that. And then it goes to, the only thing that changes is the 11th fret of the second string. You move your middle finger to there. And then you take that whole shape up 2 frets. And you do that again. And that's how that whole thing goes. Can I play some of my own songs? I can. Nobody will listen. Dude, the reason I started doing YouTube was to play my own songs, and I made a bunch of music videos. If you scroll way back and look at my videos from early on, you know, before I even started doing shorts, you'll find like 2 or 3 original music videos of mine. How do I usually learn songs? I find myself looking up tabs a lot, but I don't know if there's a better way. Tabs kind of suck, but they're good to check your work. I use tabs mainly to check and make sure that, oh, is this note right that I'm playing? Is this note right? Otherwise, I will, these days, because I'm in a hurry, I learn songs fast because I need to learn them quickly for new videos. So all I do is I go on YouTube and I watch other guitar teachers on YouTube who have already figured it out. Rather than trying to use my ear, which I could, I've done that before. I've learned very complicated solos just by ear and by watching the person play them. But generally speaking, I watch a video like Guitar 365 on YouTube, one of my quote competitors, although I'm like a fly on his giant because he's been doing this for years and has millions of followers. Carl, he's great. So I have your dad's name right on Steve. Whoa, that's a trip. Steve Parker and your dad's name is Anthony. How wild is that? But anyway, that's all I do. I just watch. Because for me, it's easiest if I watch. In a lot of cases, I don't need a tutorial at all. Actually, not even. I'll find a video of a player I like, of a teacher I like, who I know generally does a pretty good job, and I'll just watch him demo the song at the beginning, because a lot of times they demo the entire song. I'll just watch him do that, and I'll just look closely at what he's doing, and I'll figure it out by doing that. That's generally how I figure out songs. And then I'll check my work on tabs. So, yeah, anyway, that's it for learning by ear. Takes a lot of time. Yeah, it does. So you should, you're probably going to need to use, if learning by ear is really hard for you, you're going to want to use, what's it called? YouTube tutorials. When it comes to full tutorials, I'm a little bit new in the game. I haven't done a lot of full song tutorials, but more and more of those are being added. But there are other creators who do the full tutorials quite a bit, right? But part of the thing, here's something to think of when it comes to learning a song by ear. Start simple. Start with a song that you consider to be too easy for you, but you don't know how to play it yet. If it's a song that you don't know how to play, that's too easy for you, learn it, work on learning that by ear. And, start there. Otherwise, yeah, if you're trying to learn complicated songs by ear, that's not going to work, right? You're not going to, that's not going to happen. All right. Anyway, like I was saying, if anybody has any requests, I'm taking them now. I have, let's see, I have about 10 more minutes before I have to boogie on. Yeah, I have about 10 minutes or so before I have to take off. So I'm open to requests. Let's change the tone. I don't know how. I think this the way this restream works is that I'll get a bunch of comments, and then it'll take a while for them to get through, and then suddenly like 20 comments will pop up. Either that's happening or everyone's tuned out. So let's do let's do one of my favorite licks from David Gilmour. This one right here. Oh, Little Wing. Little Wing, good point. That one's a little too long to teach in 10 minutes. That's definitely too long of a lick. I can play it. I even arranged the I worked on for a while for one of my students. He wanted to learn the Stevie Ray Vaughan version. Oy vey, that's hard. Stevie Ray Vaughan's version of Little Wing is tough. Of course, unfortunately, the fact that I just played Little Wing in this live stream may demonetize it. Here, real quick. I'm going to do this super fast. For anybody watching, here's a quick tutorial of the intro of Little Wing. As much of it I can get in 10 minutes. So, right? So that's pretty straightforward. You just rake the first 3 strings muted and then press them at the 12th fret and then dive bomb it down and then play the E string and then chukka, loose touching the boom. And then you're going to go 5, 7 on the 6th string, 5 on the 4th string, but also press the 5th string at the 5th fret right there. Because then you're going to go 5, 7 on the 5th string. And then you press the 5th fret of the 3rd and 4th string, play that twice, and then the second time hammer on the 7th fret of the 4th string. And then with your thumb the 3rd fret of the 6th string. Play the open G string, press the 3rd fret of the 1st and 2nd string with the 1st finger down as a double stop, and hammer on the 5th fret of the 1st string, and then back to the 3rd string. You do that little maneuver, 4th fret, 3rd string, you're still pressing this down. So 4th fret, 3rd string, hammer on the 5th fret of the 3rd string, and then back to the 4th fret, back to the 5th, back to the 4th fret, and then to the 5th fret of the 4th string. Okay? Right, so 5th fret, 6th string, 5, 7, 5th string, 5th fret of the 4th and 3rd string, and then 7th fret of the 5th string again, and then move that 1st finger over the 2nd and 3rd string, 5th fret, and do a hammer on the 3rd string, 7th fret, and then go back to the 3rd and 4th string on the 5th fret, and hammer on to the 7th fret of the 4th string. And then move that shape over to the 5th and 4th string at the 5th fret, and do a hammer on to the 7th fret on the 5th string, and then do this little 5, slide up to 7, and then dive down to 0. Okay, that's this little like 7th fret, 4th, 3rd string, 8th fret, 2nd string. Hammer on with your pinky on the 10th fret of the 2nd string, and then pull it off back to the 8th fret. And you do that little number. That's 7th fret of the 5th and 4th, 10th fret of the 5th, while still playing the 4th fret, 7th fret, and then 7th fret of the 4th and 3rd, and then hammer on to the 9th fret of the 3rd, then back to just the 7th fret of the 4th and 3rd, and then back to that shape where you're at the 10th fret of the 5th string with your pinky, and then 7th fret of the 4th string with your 1st finger, and then 7th fret of the 4th and 5th. Okay? Okay, unfortunately, I think I'm out of time. Sorry. So maybe the next live stream will do more of Little Wing. But yeah, I am out of time today, and I don't even, based on what I'm seeing, I don't know if anybody's even watching. So thanks for everybody who did stop by and check it out. And I will probably maybe be back with another live stream next Friday. It looks like Friday is turning out to be kind of the easiest day to do this on. All right? Okay, I will see you all. I'm going to click off this live.